Let me tell you, Bobby, there's nothing funny about these sounds.
Welcome to Something Crunchy, the Valley's #1 comedy entertainment podcast. Biscuit is homies with Blake. Blake is the older brother of Blair. And Blair is married to Biscuit. Here are your hosts, Cullen Blake with Blair and Tyler Dressel.
All right. Welcome to Something Crunchy. I'm Cullen Blake. With me, as always, Blair and Tyler Dressel. Thank you for joining us by way of 97.3 The Rattler, or wherever you get your podcast. We have a fun one tonight. Been a while since we crunched down without a guest. First time this season. Lots to discuss. Let's dive into the headlines.
Yes!
A Michigan judge ordered parents who trashed their son's porn collection to pay him $30,000.
I said, don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
Whoa. Well, first off, that's like super disrespectful to just like trash someone's collection.
It took
whatever
a lot
it may
of
be.
time.
While 38-year-old David Working could be described as a movie buff, his hoard of tapes and DVDs exclusively consisted of porn. And when his parents threw it away after he left it in their basement, he sued the shit out of them. This was not a matter of a few magazines and films, but a trove of 400 cassettes and 1,600 DVDs alongside a plethora of sex toys. Dude divorced his wife and went to seek refuge back home with his parents in Michigan for a while before moving back to Indiana. It was then that he noticed a dozen boxes of porn worth over $25,000 were missing. "I do not possess your pornography. It's gone," his father wrote him. "I may have missed a few items that are now in your possession, but at this point, if you don't have it, it's gone. Ditto for your sex toys and smutty magazines." In a fuck you to dad, David brought the matter in front of a judge, claiming that most of his collection was irreplaceable because the films were either out of print or had been made by studios that no longer exist. I object. Rock Hard Studios' last film was in '84. If it would please the court, and I'm sure it will, please refer to Exhibit D, the name of their last movie. In the end, the judge ruled that the parents owed him $30,441 for destroying his personal property. You know, they say possession is 9/10 of the law. Here's where that 1/10 comes in, apparently. Imagine being the guy that just comes across the dumpster in Michigan, just a cache full of rare porn and sex toys.
I remember a day.
You've run into a cache of porn.
I have. It was the greatest day
You
of
were
my
that
life.
guy.
You were that guy.
Married, 2 kids. That was the greatest day of my life. Let me tell you about it. 15 years old. And I'm working my first job at a bagel store and happened to be taking the trash out at the end of the day. And lo and behold, I opened the dumpster to what I can only describe as like the Pulp Fiction glow. And I was like, there's something different about this dumpster today. There's a lot extra things that I don't normally see in here, like brown paper bags. So I had to go dumpster diving. And what did I find? But a porn stash, VHS tapes. There had to have been 65. There
Wow.
was chips, dips, chains, and whips.
All the flavors.
All the flavors of fun that you can think of. Here's the problem. I'm only 15 at the time, and I don't have a car.
And you're at work.
I'm at work. I can't just go load my stuff up, my newfound glory. So I had to take all right, I'm going to grab this one. I had enough Jinko pocket space for one VHS tape.
You picked one tape.
I grabbed one, and I said,
Better be like the one.
it wasn't. It was nasty.
Anal Blasters 3.
No, it was a gangbang. It was like one chick and 45 dudes. And I was like, God, why did I get this one? This is not the thing I thought I was coming home with, but
What year was it made, you think? Like, what era of porn?
early 90s.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So decent.
I mean, for the one girl, she was decent, but, you know, a lot of dicks. man.
It was a little bit more dick than you were expecting.
You were changed by that video.
Yeah,
dude.
I told my friends, I was like, I got a porn, let's watch it. And they were like, you got a dick porn, bro.
Yeah. I'd return this.
Take it back to the dumpster you got it from and swap
Switch
it
it
out.
out.
Yeah, my porn collection at its zenith still never had a value surpassing 3 figures. And that was a girthy collection. Like, it It had some gems.
Don't look at me as if I knew what your collection had entailed. Anything that I even saw a glimpse was like, I'm just gonna disregard.
Just forget I saw
Yeah.
that.
Put the mattress back down. Walk away.
Was that the
But-
hiding spot under the mattress? Where do you
I'm
keep
sure it like moves
I left it out
around.
I'm sure just
Blake
like a
was pretty
drawer. I
open
was
about,
pretty
like,
open
most
with
of his
my
things.
with my vault.
I was like, what? There's no hiding here. Like it's here. If you
I was
want
proud of it.
You could probably smell it from the hallway.
So Blake had to move to the back of the house.
Yeah.
But $30,000 worth of like sticky ass collectibles. Can you imagine?
Ugh.
Like what is in there?
Well, at the time, you got to remember that those VHS tapes that were like 3 or 4 hours plus started at $100 a piece.
What?
That was
For
back
one
then.
of those tapes?
One.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
$100 in
Yes.
the 90s.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
We need to do a little Price is Right with some like vintage porn
We
tapes.
should.
Boner Jams 03 was like
It's like $149.
Damn.
That's a mixtape. That's when you like take your favorite parts of all the $100
Yeah,
tapes
true.
and make your own classic gems.
Yeah.
$1,000 tape out of that.
mashup.
It's personalized. Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina-scented candles are randomly exploding and setting houses on fire.
What?
So her lifestyle brand is called Goop because
Yeah.
splooge was already taken. And part of this line is a candle called This Smells Like My Vagina. The sweaty vag-scented candle goes for $75 and not only smells like puss, but apparently it's super dangerous. This lady living in a studio apartment in London with her partner and 2 cats unwrapped the candle and did as instructed. After trimming the wick and setting it on a coaster, she lit the candle and it let its salty aroma waft through her apartment. Then, without warning, flames engulfed the whole place. She said the candle exploded and emitted huge flames with bits flying everywhere. I've never seen anything like it. The whole thing was ablaze and it was too hot to touch. There was an inferno in the room. We eventually got it under control, threw it out the front door. Lots to unpack here.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
Nope. I don't believe it for 1 second.
Oh, I believe it all.
No. This had to have been like a lover that came in and was like, what the fuck is going on in here? I know what I'm going to do. Turn the gas on and leave. And that
Oh,
candle
someone came
blew
in
out.
and
the
was
puss
like,
candle?
Smells like KY and
I
Kleenex
know what
in
it
here."
smells like. What's going
I
on?
was like, Gwyneth Paltrow's boxing. I'm going to blow this sucker up.
The narcissistic idea that thinking your snatch smells so good that it should be a scent in people's homes. Like, is there a guy that could get away with having the stench of his balls turned into a candle?
If you thought it smelled that great.
Bring home John Ham's ham and eggs candle for Christmas. Your mom will go nuts for it.
Pretty brilliant, actually.
This year, Harry Styles offers you a hairy little Christmas. Just saying, this is a one-way street. Gwyneth and her goop need some better market research.
I need to see like all the reviews for this, like stat.
Seems like the ladies in this family would love a Joe Magliola scented candle.
Joe's popular around here.
Yeah, he sure is.
Jeez, that idea was flawed from the start.
How in the world
Off
did
the
it
dribble.
explode?
Could have cleaned that thing. The pH
Explosive?
balance
Yeah.
is way off.
Whoa.
Florida man rescued again while attempting to cross the Atlantic in a floating hamster wheel.
Again.
The peace activist faces felony charges after allegedly refusing the Coast Guard's pleas for him to disembark the hamster ball. So, fella, what are you in for?
Well,
Maybe he was trying to impress a furry on the other side of the
Yeah.
river.
oh, that makes sense.
He's like wanted to show her his whip.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I just like, I can't imagine flapping around out there with the like just being tossed around by waves and aroused whales. Like, what else in the world are you going to encounter in this like ball running for your life for 3 weeks? Like, how long was he out there?
I mean, I can't imagine what that looks like from underneath.
Oh,
Delicious little treat.
It looks like a floating grape.
that's a few hours. That's one thing. But like days, like, how do you go to the bathroom? Like, can you imagine?
It's
Like,
not days.
could be days.
Could be days.
Could be.
Like a boat comes by and it's just like, what in the fuck is
And a
happening?
steamy wheel.
They couldn't get him off.
Yeah, I can't see him anymore.
It's like, man, it sucks. I can't see shit.
Smells like shit in this hamster ball.
Where's that vagina candle at?
Get some goop in here, like, no.
Let's stay in Florida, where a couple was arrested for selling tickets to heaven.
What?
Tito and Amanda Watts were arrested for selling golden tickets to heaven to hundreds of people. They sold the tickets just out on the street for $99.99, told people the tickets were made from solid gold and reserved buyers a spot in heaven. Simply present the ticket at the pearly gates and you're in, man.
What a deal.
Tito Watts said in his police statement, "I don't care what the police say. The tickets are solid gold and it was Jesus who gave them to me behind the KFC." He said Jesus sold him the tickets so he could get enough money to go to outer space. He met an alien named Steve who said that if he got the cash together, he would take he and his wife on a flying saucer to his planet, which is made entirely of drugs.
Whoa.
Sounds legit.
Yeah.
He went on to say, "You should be arresting Jesus. He's the one that sold me the tickets. We just wanted to leave Earth and go to space and do drugs. You know Jesus
I was
behind
about
the
to say,
KFC.
is that Jesus or Jesus?
Yeah.
'Cause-
He's got that good party powder."
The golden party. Powder.
yeah, exactly.
As dumb as this is, and holy shit, this is dumb, they had over $10,000 at the time of their arrest, so they were
What?
actually convincing people to buy these tickets.
Killer salespeople.
Wow. I thought that's what the offering plate was for.
Only in
Yeah, I was
Florida.
gonna say, are these people like in the church, or are they just like literally on the street?
No, they're on the street, but like anybody can walk into the church and get the same ticket for whatever they got.
This is what you call a Florida offering plate.
Yes.
You get something
I did
tangible
forget
back.
it was in
That's
Florida.
right.
That does, let's bring it back to that.
Golden Gator Pee for your $99. Exchange this for a one-way ticket into heaven. I swear to God.
People worship it.
Is it any good?
I like this one, but it freaks me out. An Oak Hill community couple discovered a thief in their home Saturday after the man told a joke and heard a laugh from upstairs.
Oh my god.
The laugh was coming from inside the house. Can you imagine walking in? Tyler's like, "Blair, if you move my shit one more time, you're back in the cage." In here. And you just hear a little from upstairs.
Oh my god. I have like chills. That is so disturbing.
I'd let him stay. Do you
Might
think
as well
that would-
join us.
You're going to want to come out here and hang.
Well, must have been a pretty like hilarious joke if the thief like laughed out loud about
You
it.
can't
Like I
help-
kind of want to hear it now.
Yeah.
If it was that good, you're a thief hiding and you laughed out loud because it was that funny. I need to hear the joke.
It's a strange combination of having your ego stroked and also being terrified at the same time.
Yeah.
You're like, well, it was pretty funny. So at least someone laughed.
You thirsty?
Somebody left over from the gangbang or who's up here?
So let's talk about this AIDS memorial they just put up in Palm Springs, which looks identical to a butthole.
I'm shocked.
It's the worst design ever. A 9-foot sculpture that looks like a donut on one side and a perfectly bleached anus on the other.
Like, how many levels of approval did that go through?
Oh, this is so much worse than the Orioles using Braille in their uniforms to honor the blind who can't see or touch those uniforms. This is like honoring the blind with a giant puckering asshole. Did anyone not think anyone notice? You know, there's a famous sculpture in Chicago called Cloudgate, but no one calls it that. Everyone calls it the bean.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it looks like a bean. What do you
So
think's
what is
going to happen
everyone
here?
gonna name this? I mean, many people had to have agreed on this like anal like structure. So I don't understand. I mean,
It's a little on the nose for me.
sphincter like
It's a little on the
like,
sphincter for
It could
me.
have used a sandblasting or like a waxing or something because it looks a little tight.
It looks a little dry.
Yeah, it does. You ever looked at yours in the mirror, bro? You ever,
It's
like-
been a long time. I'm afraid to look. I'm like honestly afraid to look. Last time I
It's been a
saw
long
it, last time
time.
I saw it, it was a little.
angry.
It was just wasn't what I was expecting.
No.
It had matured.
You've gotten older and wiser, my friend.
It
Good
had
to see you.
matured.
Oh, you've got some stories now, don't you?
Yeah,
Right.
there's just it tells a story already. There's just a lot of architecture and shrubbery, and there's a real design down there. I had nothing to do with it.
It's like Stonehenge.
Yup. Of all the things that they could have done, though,
It was an interesting choice.
It sure was.
a giant erect anus.
It is very plump.
It was vertical.
Listen to what the locals had to say about it.
You hear it called the donut all the time, You hear it called, the word we can't say on camera.
For some on social media and beyond, the design resembles an inappropriate body part on the rear end.
The backside of the proposed memorial looks like a graphic depiction of the backside of a human being.
This has become a laughingstock. Because it looks like what it looks like, it's become a joke.
If it was just like a heart, it could have been a booty, but they had to go donut, so now
See,
it's whole.
leaving something for the interpretation and having a little artistic element to it.
Yeah.
Someone sold the board on this idea. They were like, now listen.
It's going to be a little on the nose.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking a giant 9-foot gaping asshole.
Like, this is my graphic. Here's my, my
Here's my draw up.
And yeah.
Tell me you can say no to this.
Unanimously.
Put it out there.
We love it.
Really pucker it up and let's go. It's just part of life.
When you love something, you see it everywhere. In everything.
In a surprising development in the world of television, Tim Allen will join forces with Roseanne Barr in her new show, which will air on Fox. This is an interesting pairing. Now, Roseanne was thoroughly canceled a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And Pamela Anderson was working diligently to have Tim Allen canceled with all the flashing of his junk on the set of Home Improvement.
Sure.
Not only does this seem like an environment where balls can swing freely, but it got me thinking, join me on a little hypothetical walk here.
Okay.
What if they just really leaned into this and had a show casted with only canceled actors and had a complete ensemble full of Armie Hammer, Amber Heard, Kevin Spacey, Louis C.K., written by J.K. Rowling, music by Justin Timberlake, and Palm Springs, home of the anus.
Oh, my God.
Guest starring The Rock and Oprah Winfrey.
I mean, they all still have an outlet to perform, not banished, just canceled. And the messed up part is, I bet it would be like the most watched show on television. Love them or hate them, you're going to want to tune in to watch Leper Island.
You're going to tune in.
I call it the Fox box.
Yeah.
All canceled all the time. Fill your canceled box on Fox. Primetime canceled blocks of Fox box.
Got to stream that new soda of testicular cancel. Can you imagine what they can get away with if everyone is already canceled and they don't have the fear of cancelization?
Like, we're already here. You know what you're getting when you come here.
Yes. This week, Will Smith and Jussie Smollett are Cancel and Gretel.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'd like to think it'd work best with a large ensemble like a Billions or a House of Cards, but it could be done as a little sitcom if needed.
No, you just need like the top 3 canceled people of the generation, and then, everybody else that's canceled comes in for cameos for a show or two, and then they get arrested or they get, killed off.
That's how you know that they're good and canceled, and maybe they could work their way back into...
If it was good enough, then you get a Quentin Tarantino tryout for a movie that might resurrect your career. It's the minor league.
It's like a game show now.
Yeah, it is.
Winner gets to come back to
they make a game show out of it, Blair. It's both fiction and nonfiction. It's a reality show that's like game show style. It's quality stuff.
Yeah.
Tarantino has been resurrecting careers and feet since like the 80s.
Yeah. Sure
This is a specialty.
Yeah, that's
got some legs.
Some quality stuff. I just like that we're thinking for the canceled. I feel like we relate to the canceled in a good way.
Voice.
Right now, we're pre-canceled.
We are.
But we'll get there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I got to say, Tim Allen and Roseanne Barr, I'm going to watch.
You're going to watch?
I'm going to watch.
Are they neighbors? Are they like,
Is it one of their, it's her show, but he's like coming on it, or it's like their show together?
Is Tom Arnold canceled? She's more canceled than Tom Arnold. In what world do we live in where she's like twice canceled?
Twice canceled, and he's like totally chill. Tom Arnold's backed off for a bit. Like, he's been chill for a bit.
He's been quiet enough to remain uncanceled?
Yeah.
That's so surprising.
He's in his fortress of solitude.
He just seems like such a cancelable guy.
He's got that bully money. He's chill.
We'll be right back with more Something Crunchy.
Hey, this is Chris Kattan, and you're listening to Something Crunchy.
And we're back. Welcome back to another episode of That Was Offensive. Do it again. Just like the Raiders in football, the MLB owners have unanimously agreed to move the Oakland A's baseball team from Oakland to Las Vegas.
Wow.
Vegas is excited and said it's coming for the zoo next. And then they're going to move Alcatraz.
And the train station and anything else. Yeah. Like, how does Oakland feel about this?
Poor Oakland.
It's the parking. It's the worst part about that place.
I mean, that and the fans, there's just no money to be made there. The Oakland A's will now be the Vegas TNAs, the Billy Bean Flickers. They're building a new $1.5 billion ballpark right on the Strip, which is actually pretty cool.
That's all
it's
right.
gonna be
That's pretty cool.
insane.
Yeah.
It's too bad they're there to watch the A's, but
Yeah.
for the other teams, for the people that are going,
That'd be fun for the people that are going.
for the teams that are going,
Yes.
that will be pretty fun. For the World Series in a couple years, that'll be dope. Now, I wonder what the Underground King and his mole people have to say about this.
Yeah.
You can't
They
just
get, like,
approve
tickets.
construction on top of His Highness down there.
Yeah.
Season tickets for all the mole people. There's gonna be a little
There's
bit
like
of disruption in your areas.
a
From
whole-
the pitcher's mound underneath it.
Yeah. They're just chilling under the dugout.
Yeah.
They've got the best seats in the house. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, people are gonna want those tickets
Yeah.
from underneath. You can like feel the
You really
excitement,
experience.
Yeah.
almost as if you're there.
That is so crazy that there is just an entire society of people that live under Las Vegas, like
Wild.
right under the Strip, and that there's a king,
What's the conversion rate down there?
and that they speak their own language. The conversion rate, like for going down there and staying down there, and
Yeah.
like becoming one with the mole people.
Yeah, if I wanted to downsize to the mole people, like is my
Told
dollar
you,
worth
it's
10?
all it's
or-
all like one bad night on the tables upstairs, and you're down there,
just making that last $50 really work.
yeah, sucking off the king, trying to get
$50
some
goes
buffet
a long
money.
way to the king. So
Popping moles for the king.
99-cent buffet downstairs,
Ugh. All you can smoke.
all you can rat. Neil deGrasse Tyson gave some details on his shocking X-rated career contemplation.
what?
Oh, you heard that right.
What?
In DT, he was on Kelly Clarkson's show and didn't dance around how he almost became a male stripper to make some money in college.
I love that smartest person.
Whoa.
Full on stripper.
So apparently, while at the University of Texas in Austin, Neil was quite the active dancer, was a member of 3 different dance companies. He was studying astrophysics. They weren't being paid shit, and he needed some extra money. He had friends who were dancers that told him he should come check out the club that they work at, which was a guy strip club, 4 guys. He said, so I went. I was cut and flex. I could do a full split, but I went just to investigate. I wanted data first. So NDT.
Such
Oh,
an DT
NDT.
thing to say.
One of the first things he sees is a bunch of dancers with asbestos-lined jock straps that had been ignited with lighter fluid before going out and dancing the Great Balls of Fire.
Oh,
He told Kelly, let me just say, I'm embarrassed that only in that moment when I saw their genitals on fire did I say, maybe I should be a math tutor. Let's put ourselves there for a second.
yes,
Yeah.
please.
You're in your local manhole. Just when you think the vibes couldn't be sexier, out comes this mustache piece of man meat.
Sexy meat sleeve hanging out.
Mustache on top, mustache on bottom.
Cue the music. You know there's over 1 trillion molecules in the human body. I'm gonna rub mine on your face. Space exploration isn't the final frontier, it's the next frontier. And explore your space for the next 2 songs. There's over 1 billion galaxies in the universe with infinite orgasms taking place simultaneously through multiple dimensions. Hold my foot.
Just dancing all around you.
The very nature of science is discoveries. The best of those discoveries are dripping down your leg. Please welcome to the stage, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Like respectful, smart, and like delicious to look
It's gonna give
at.
you the
like,
smartest lap dance you ever
Yeah.
had.
You're gonna
Like-
learn.
You
Yeah.
are gonna learn something.
yeah, I left with a lot this evening. Like, goddamn.
I left with a full brain and an empty nut bag.
Yeah, yeah. I came and I want him to come with me. So.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is pretty awesome.
He is.
There's a lot of very smart people out there, but he succeeds in relatability and being able to communicate to the rest of us without making us feel like characters in Idiocracy.
Yeah, seriously.
Here's a fun game. I'm going to give you a handful of tweets, and you tell me if it was written by Neil deGrasse Tyson or a random person tweeting on drugs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
In a mirror, you can only kiss yourself on the lips.
That's drugs all day.
That's drugs.
That was Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No.
What?
No way.
Sure was. Come on, you guys. NDT.
Wow, we should have known. Okay.
I got an NRB already from this CBT.
No apparent boner.
No reason boner.
No apparent reason boner. That's a NARB.
That's an NARB.
NARB.
Yeah.
Must be crazy to be a grown-ass cat. Imagine being 45 years old and people just treat you like a baby.
Grown ass cat.
That
does
drugs.
not sound. That's drugs.
drugs.
That does not sound Neil.
That's drugs.
There we go. We're on the board.
Derek Guy. That was a random dude on Twitter.
Look at this grown ass cat.
It's Joe Exotic from prison.
Just an FYI, if you removed all veins, arteries, and capillaries from your body and laid them end to end, you would die.
That sounds very Neil deGrasse.
That's drugs.
Ooh. Blair's got it.
No.
Yeah, that's
All
so
right.
I thought he'd give us like an actual distance.
I like it. You don't.
We already know that it stretches all around the world.
You don't get to agree. I like that. Smells good.
I'm going first next time.
In Terminator, only living things can time travel, but hair is dead. So Arnold should have landed in L.A., not only naked, but bald.
Drugs.
No, this is a drugs deep dive.
You're both saying drugs?
Oh,
Can't do that.
You're Neil. I'm drugs.
She got it with Neil.
No.
wow.
How? He doesn't like movies.
This is what he tweets. He likes the movies.
He
You
likes
might
the
like
movies.
movies.
Neil with the movies.
That is an interesting one. Then he did his own Terminator deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar 3 should be based on volcanic levels, and Avatar 4 should be a haunted house.
Drugs.
Neil.
Blair's on fire.
Yeah.
Married Kay. Okay, Blair.
Yeah. He would
Ashley
say so
Olsen?
much more than just comparing to a haunted house.
Merritt.
Oh, Merritt.
Merritt. Imagine being a bug and accidentally getting stuck in a car far away from everything you know.
Neil deGrasse.
Neil. I mean drugs.
He's got it.
I got one.
He had to change it, and that's how he got it. Staff in 15, no Neil. It sounded like something Neil would say.
It did.
Male and female reindeer grow antlers, but males lose them in the winter. All Santa's reindeer, Rudolph too, are therefore female.
Drugs.
That's Neil. It's a Neil thing to say.
That's Neil. He's climbing back into it.
It is. I was just questioning the whole Santa situation.
Hey, he likes Terminator and Santa. His mind's all over the place.
All right. I love it.
Hypothetically, Neil.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school, I really thought opening time capsules would be a bigger part of my adult life.
Drugs.
Neil.
Blair's back in it.
Yeah, I've even thought about
Guy
that on
free.
drugs.
I think
It is true.
I think Neil said that on drugs once.
He probably had
Probably where
something
it
to say
originated.
on the subject. Does it disturb anyone else that the Los Angeles Angels baseball team translates directly to the Angels?
Neil.
Drugs.
That was Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is meatball a fruit?
Oh no.
Drugs.
Drugs.
It's actually Post Malone.
So drugs.
So drugs.
So
Is meatball a fruit? Tyson's got some great ones, though, that he puts out there.
yes.
I like this one. It was too obvious, though. Apollo in 1969, Shuttle in 1981, nothing in 2011. Our space program would look awesome to anyone living backwards through time.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And yes, so Neil.
And we're supposed to believe that all that shit happened in 1969 and it hasn't happened since. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
here we are.
Come on. It's a studio backlot.
Come on. Oh, you want to go there?
I do.
We're going to get into that conspiracy right now.
So there was supposed to be a camera that deployed from the side to like record all the one giant steps and the mankind's.
Did you see the lost Kubrick tapes?
I did. It looked just like a backlot.
Did you hear about the JFK? They like released all the police documents and the government admitted that there's a second shooter.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Just happened.
Just now they're
this
going to
week.
release this information?
They just released it. There's a second shooter.
We knew there was a second shooter.
Second
I'm
shooter
just
on the
glad
grassy
they're-
knoll. Well, physics did not support the current story that they were trying to
No,
tell.
they're like,
The one
we got it however many years later.
stories and manipulation and witness accounts. That's all one thing, but the
Physics don't lie, baby.
The physics and the math of like being able to
Come from the front and the areas of how he got shot.
hit
There's just
4
no
different
way.
points from like an angle that didn't work. Just didn't make sense.
How
So
about
now
that,
they're going to say it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm.
So remember when Steve Lemmy told us about when he took shrooms
Love that story.
Ew.
during filming Super Troopers with Paul Soder
Sure.
during those scenes?
Love that story.
So I have a game inspired by
Love that.
this.
Okay.
All right, so I'll ask you a few questions. You just give me your best answers, okay?
Love it.
Blair's getting gamey.
Game. It
Just
smells
need to
good.
get a little game.
I never get to participate in a game.
I know. I love when y'all get to play.
Excited.
All right. Which of these leading ladies got a little drunk off the potion in the movie Practical Magic? Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock, Stockard Channing, or Diane Wiest?
Kidman.
Aussie.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be the
It's
Kidman, right?
She's like pounding Fosters
She
all
just
day.
seems most likely to be drunk,
Yeah.
but she's also like super professional.
No, she's Aussie. She's drunk.
Yeah, I'll go Kidman.
Yeah. Agreed.
Honestly, it was a trick question because all four of them got super drunk during their midnight margaritas scene. So
they're all
all,
drunk.
like dancing. They're all drunk.
Wow. Well, we were
Wow.
partially right.
You were.
So they got hammered with Diane Wiest
Yes.
on camera.
That's fun.
That is cool. I,
I
like that.
know. I know. That was good.
I want to get hammered with Diane.
Same. All right. In the movie Can't Hardly Wait, which of these actors was stoned most of filming? Jennifer Love Hewitt, Ethan Embry, Seth Green.
Seth Green.
Seth Green, of course.
Whoa, unanimous?
Unanimous for Green.
You're both incorrect.
No,
It wasn't Jennifer Love Hewitt.
it wasn't. So Ethan Embry.
Our sweet little Ethan Embry was stoned pretty much all of filming.
Wow.
The only thing he remembers about the experience is being asked by the director if he was altered in any way.
Mr. Papa Giorgio.
Yeah. But not like in a car.
Wow.
Yeah.
He wears t-shirts sometimes.
Now that you I am thinking about like his like face popping up and you're like, yeah, I could kind of see it.
Yeah, I can see
maybe.
it.
Yeah, it's
I
like
can
not
see
that
it.
far off.
I did wonder why he was so glassy-eyed in all the car scenes.
Well,
So-
now you know.
In Can't Hardly Wait, there's the redhead trapped in the bathroom the whole
Yeah,
time.
with Seth
with
Green.
Seth Green. The actor's name is Lauren Ambrose. And she has been in so many things that I've never made the connection that that's her in all of them. That was her in the bathroom in Can't Hardly Wait.
Uh-huh.
She was in Wanderlust. She's the pregnant one in Wanderlust.
Oh, yeah,
The pregnant
totally.
one in Wanderlust?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the sister in 6 Feet Under and is in all 5 seasons of that, played a huge part. And she just recently was in Yellow Jackets and plays
Whoa.
Van, the older, there's the younger and the older. She plays the older version of Van. Since Can't Hardly Wait, there's been all these things that we've seen her
The
in
fun roles.
and just didn't even really make the connection to that's her. I love it when that happens.
Yes.
And you kind of find out you're like a huge fan of someone without even really noticing.
Well, that's great. I love those connections. I can't believe Wanderlust. How
Yeah.
did I not? She
I
she
know.
felt so familiar by
For
conversing
sure.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was too like nice and sweet and out there, and she wasn't like, cynical and bitchy enough to
So different
For
than
sure.
Can't Hardly Wait.
Totally different characters,
Yeah.
all of them.
Oh,
Yeah, she's a
good one.
great actor.
Okay, I found this on the web
Shut
for
up.
totally different
Shut up,
characters.
Siri.
only.
I'm just
Check it out.
pissed.
That's
Shut
Siri?
up.
Yeah. I need to change his shit. I don't like the way his attitude comes off.
All right, continuing. Which of these actresses needed a little bit of liquid courage before filming their sex scene? Jennifer Lawrence in The Passengers, Kristen Bell in Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window down there, over here, down the next town, down the road, or Scarlett Johansson in Her.
Well, she was just a voice.
It was a scene. It was a sexy scene, but it was a voice.
With he in the
correct.
phone?
No.
No.
Can't phone that one in.
Jennifer Lawrence, but she doesn't seem like she would need it. And like she was having fun with Chris Pratt and Passengers. So I don't think it's that. The other one seemed very specific. What was the middle one?
Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
She seems like a real stick in the mud without four
You think?
margaritas and
She's had a few.
I bet she's fun.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall with
Hammered
Jason
the whole time.
Segel.
That
Drunk the
seems
whole
very specific. Or is it a trick question? It's all of them. It is. You bitch. Which one
You
is it?
bitch. It's all of them.
Could
Again.
have been all of them, but no, I did not set it up that way. It's actually Jennifer Lawrence on The Passengers.
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Damn it, Biscuit. Why didn't you guess that?
She was like flustered from Chris
Pratt. She just wanted to turn
wa-
on the heat.
He wasn't Chubby Pay Pig Pratt anymore.
No, he's like,
She was like,
cut
yeah.
Chris now.
He's that
so.
chiseled piece of shit that no one likes anymore.
Beef Chris.
Beef Chris.
Ruth Chris Beef House.
All right. John Candy filmed an iconic scene in which film drunk after a run-in with Jack Nicholson? Splash, Stripes, Spaceballs.
Great question.
Stripes.
I'm going to go Spaceballs.
I just love what y'all are thinking right now.
Was he in Splash?
Yeah, he was in Splash.
He was Tom Hanks' bestie.
I bet the answer is Splash,
It's
but I'm
gotta
still
be.
going Spaceballs.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Stripes.
It's Splash.
Ah.
The whole racquetball
felt-
scene where he's smoking a cigarette, talking to Tom
Oh,
Hanks.
it's hilarious.
And he's
Yeah.
drinking a beer sitting in there. He had just
Yeah.
gotten back after a binger with
Oh, that's awesome.
Jack.
Jack, and then comes in and he's
I love these fun behind the scenes
Yes.
facts. So when you watch these movies again, you're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, he's hammered dog shit in
Look
the
at him.
scene.
It's all sweaty.
Love that.
It is hilarious because you do look at it again and he's walking around that whole racquetball court and he's huffing and puffing, smoking, drinking. And it's that's hilarious. He just partied with Jack. All right. Last one. Which of these actresses had a little sip of the sauce before their sexy scenes? Reese Witherspoon in Cruel Intentions, Anne Hathaway in Colossal, or Margot Robbie, Wolf of Wall Street?
Feels like the same recipe from before, so I'm gonna go Margot Robbie.
I'll say Reese Witherspoon. Reese with a drink.
Because you would think all of them might feel a little bit weird in that kind of situation.
Well,
A little
Known
intimidated.
community.
I would have
like,
felt better if you
sweet
said
gal.
fear for Reese Witherspoon, but I'm still gonna go with Reese.
But she was so young in Cruel
Yeah.
Intentions.
Oh yeah.
He was younger in Fear.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's totally Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
Biscuit.
it.
She had to get loose
Totally for
in
Leo.
some of those scenes for Leo.
You won a game tonight.
I got a game.
Leo.
Leo! He's talking about the dog.
Wow.
Good game, Blair.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was a good game.
Game on the fly.
That was fun. Y'all did great.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, almost
I
a
just
stripper.
I love him. I didn't think it was possible to love Neil anymore, but here we are.
Yeah.
And now here we are on the other side.
Wishing we could see his
I
mustaches.
want to see him dance.
I want to see him all ripped and
Yeah.
doing
Yes.
the splits with his asbestos lined jock strap ignited on fire.
Yeah.
Man.
Doing the helicopter to put it out.
Let's move on to our track of the week. Out of North Carolina, this is the Mad Erie Band with Run 2.
Hey! smoking red, stayed up all night, worried about a life forget. So please, sweet girl, just stay tonight. No, it's not, girl, with them devils outside. They waiting for a prey like you. Oh yes, I know you feel it too. Give your trust and heart in me, cause it's true, I believe in you. Where you gonna run when the sun goes down? How you gonna feel when my love can't be found? Who do you run when the night go around? Who do you run to? Who do you run to? Where you gonna run when the sun goes down? How you gonna feel when my love can't be found? Who do you run when the night go around? Who do you run to? Who do you run to? Whoa, whoa, yeah. Every day you're running, trying to get far away, thinking that it could help the way that you think. The world could be a better place if you had another face erased from the past. Always last. So please, sweet girl, just stay tonight. No, it's dark, girl, with them devils outside. Waiting for a prey like you. Oh yes, I know you feel it too. Give your trust and heart in me. It's true, I believe in you. Where you gonna run when the sun goes down? How you gonna feel when my love can't be found? Who do you run when the night go around? Who do you run to? Who do you run to? Where you gonna run when the sun goes down? How you gonna feel when my love can't be found? Who do you run when the night go around? Who do you run to? Who do you run to? Where you gonna run? Watch your way, watch your back when the sun goes down. Watch your way, watch your run with the sun. You gonna run? Watch your way, watch your back when the sun goes down. Where you gonna run when the sun goes down? How you gonna feel when my love can't be found? Who do you run when the night go around? Who do you run to? Who do you run to? Where you gonna run when the sun goes down? How you gonna feel when my love can't be found? Who do you run when the night go around? Who do you run to? Who do you run to?
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Matt. Your reband. That was a nice song.
Yes.
Fun vibes. Good stuff. New Dream Car giveaway over at 8080. In addition to the 15% off gift using code CRUNCHY, every dollar you spend gets you entered in for a chance to win a brand new Lamborghini Plus, $60,000 in cash. You do not want to miss out. Nor do you want to forget to check out somethingcrunchy.com, where you'll find every episode, our links for social media, and the Almighty Crunch store, where you'll find all kinds of crunchy gear showing that you are a proud citizen of Crunch Nation. Join us every Friday night at 10 o'clock on 97.3 The Rattler, or find us wherever you get your podcast. This has been another episode of Something Crunchy, and as always,
Don't ever forget to live your crunchiest life.
Be crunchy to one another.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and all that crunchy good shit. All episodes can be found at somethingcrunchy.com and on all podcast platforms. Thank you for listening.
Because that could have been anybody's anus.
that could have been anyone's anus.
I guess that's the point, right? I guess that's the point. We'll cut that.
It's the everyman of anuses. No, I like it. Let's stay with me here.
Hold on. Hold on now.
It's the everyman of anuses.
You know?